Hey everyone, Teamudf here for more Fallout 4. Here's the deal. I don't know what their patch did. I don't know what it updated, I don't know what it broke, but despite the fact that my mod is where it should be, it's not working. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you a couple things here. The first thing I'm gonna show you is this. He's dead. I'm going to show you this amazing plot here. And then we're going to do the true outcome. And then I'm going to explain myself. But first, let's teleport here.
You killed him! How could you do that? He was your son. You'd better run. Because if we find you, we're gonna kill you. You hear me? You're dead.
I want you to pay close attention to just what happened there. You'd better run, because if we find you, we're going to kill you. You got that? You got that down in your head, how that works there? Okay. Let's analyze now. Let's analyze, everybody. The Institute, whose technology we rely on in order to go in and out of the Institute, just said they were going to kill us. And what do? They let you get away. You slip right out of their hands in a room where, again, you're relying on their technology to leave, which, as we saw before, can be turned off immediately. If they wanted to turn off our ability to teleport, they can do it instantaneously. We saw that in the other outcome in the previous episode. We are in a room stuck. We're stuck in a room in their base. And they just let us go. Alright, everybody. So that combined with whatever the heck they broke with mods, I cannot possibly care. So, here's what we're doing. Slade Silver's gonna look at this man in front of him. Do you know what he sees in front of him? He sees someone who doesn't exist in his world. He sees someone who, at one point, was supposed to be in his world, but his world got turned upside down because the war happened and they got locked in Vault 111. They were trapped, cryogenically frozen in time. One was set free, but the one who was set free does not exist in Slade Silver's world. The one who was set free exists in this world. And I don't mean as in parallel dimensions, I mean the times have caused them to be completely different worlds. This is not the same world Slade Silver knows, but this guy does not know that. Sean does not know what Slade Silver's world is like because he was not sentient. He was just a crying, weeping child who could not think for himself at that point in that world. And now he sees the world from this perspective only. Slade Silver's world is never going to return. Because war never changes, everybody! This alteration to the world is permanent. Slade's never going to go back and live that dream life that he wanted to live with his wife and Sean. No, it's not there. It's gone completely. Poof, up in smoke. It is dissipated before his very eyes. One moment he was there, and now he's in this infestation of chaos called the Commonwealth. And here stands his son, now older than him, now the leader of the Institute. An institute whose beliefs are founded on the fact, from their perspective, of course, that this world cannot be saved. No, no. This person standing in front of Slade Silver cannot be his son. Cannot be his son at heart. It can be his son biologically, it can be his son mentally, but it cannot be his son at heart. And Slade Silver, he stands here. He looks into the distance and he realizes that hope for that perfect world that he's been grasping onto, the hope, the desire, the necessity to return to things being normal. He realizes it's just not going to happen. This man, this person who is supposed to be his son, is not the son that he has been looking for. And it's come full circle. He now sees it. He now sees it for what it is. The son that he was supposed to have, the son that he was supposed to raise, was raised by the Institute. It was raised from the perspective of the Institute. And so, of course, he's going to have a deviated view of things. How couldn't he? He's not Slade's son. He's the Institute's son. But the Institute is enslaving robots and synths. The Institute is causing factions to do battle against each other, admitted by this man himself. And Slade cannot see this anymore. He cannot see this person as his son. This is not who his son was supposed to be. So good riddance to the Institute, and good riddance to that perfect world. It's gone. That world that Slade Silver knew was gone. So, rest in peace, son. Take your mother's freaking wedding ring with you. Let's get out of here, Piper. Alright, everybody, here we are, standing atop Vault 111. I'm done. I am done. Alright. This game is not fun to me. This game is not fun to me in the slightest. I feel like Bethesda has gone out of their way to make this as much of an annoying experience as possible. The writing has holes in it. It's not consistent. Characters know things they shouldn't. They're metagaming. Things were just not accounted for here at all. And that gaping logic hole in the Institute is about maybe my final straw. Besides the fact that I can't do it anymore. I am not having fun. And when I'm not having fun, there's nothing I can do here. I'm not going to force myself to sit here and do this. And I think we're going to call it here. We're going to call what Slade just did the end of his road. It's a cliffhanger ending. He now rides off into the sunset. And he is now in a future world. That's it. He's in a future world. So, let's talk about this here game, Fallout 4. Okay. I can't deny it's very pretty. What great graphics. It looks fantastic. I remember the problem I had with Fallout 3 is that I couldn't play it for too long because it is just... I don't know. It was just too depressing to look at. That might have been what we were going for here with Fallout 3, but I don't know. I couldn't take it for a long period of time. This one, even if I wasn't having fun, you know, I could at least just look at it, and it was nice, and I could, you know, I could, whatever. So, the graphics were fine. The story. Okay. I have to give them props. I don't care what Illusionary or anyone said. I liked the twist with Sean being the father of the Institute. Okay? That was maybe the best thought-out thing in this entire game, is Sean being the father and being older than you or whatever. It's the screwy kind of twist involving time that I really enjoy. There are not really any holes you can poke through that. So that, by far, is my favorite thing. Each of the factions has their own distinct character as well. Except, like, the place where they all blend together is that it's survival of the fittest at this point, basically. Or whoever can muster up the most freaking weaponry. So I understand why some of their personalities might meld together or something. That's just the atmosphere of the world. Okay. Now, the rest of the logic and everything in the story, I don't know what happened here. I have no idea what happened here. The thing with the Institute was just, it absolutely baffles me to a degree that I can't ignore it. The fact that they let you go as soon as they say that they're going to kill you. Now, one counter to this that someone had in the previous stream when I was talking about this is, oh, but team, you're like the biggest opponent of instant kills. Why would you possibly advocate for this? Because there are other ways to do it. If you want to start a fight right there in the Institute, go ahead and start the fight. Just do it. Have them just rush in with their guns and their synths or whatever and just completely gib me or whatever. I was told by Jubs that if you kill Sean in the Institute or start a fight in the Institute, you have to escape back to the teleporting room anyway. So why not be consistent with it? Just start a fight there then. Don't kick your enemy out of your base when they have no other way to escape. Are you kidding me? So this is the height of lazy writing that I've seen. I don't even know in how long. And I watch Raw. And this is lazier writing. People were knocking on the voice acting early on when the game was released. I thought the voice acting was fine. You know, the only goofy ones are the freaking, what are they? Super mutants. Sure, fine. That's a minor gripe in a land of otherwise reputable voices. No problem with the voices whatsoever. But I can't take it anymore. The gameplay is where I just get checked out entirely. I am so done. Neither one of them makes sense, Ral. But you know what? It's consistent. His question is, you run to the teleporter room to escape using technology they control. How is that different? It's not, but it's at least consistent. If they did it that freaking way. Oh my god. Like, I don't know why they couldn't just follow up on that and reciprocate it for the other direction. I don't know what they were doing. Were they trying to be fancy? Someone please explain this to me. So, in any case, the gameplay is, when it works, it's fine. I don't know. But the update breaking mods so that you can release your little creation kit and have us make a little account on Bethesda.net, so now we can be part of your community that you can control, whereas you have no say over what happens in, like, the Nexus or the Workshop or whatever. Maybe you do to a degree. Perhaps I don't realize this, but that's what it looks like to me. Is it looks like an egomaniacal, control-based move that you've made here. Update. I've already made this rant on stream. I'm not doing it again. Alright. The quests. I don't hate most of them. The world seems like it has enough that you might want to learn about if things were interesting. But things don't seem to be, I don't know, they're not consistently interesting. I certainly like the backstory of the railroad. That one's pretty neat. Like I said, every faction has a motivation that seems to work for the universe. But don't feed me this crap where it's open world and you have choices or whatever. And then you have to pick a side and you get locked into sides and you can't mess with things after a certain point. Bull crap! Fallout New Vegas, I've been told, you can say screw every other faction in the game and you just do your own thing. Why couldn't we get that here? Why am I playing a character who's been set in stone in a game that's supposed to allow me the freedom of choice? So, ups and downs, everybody. Ups and downs. Every game has them. This game, with the ups, they're overshadowed. They're overshadowed completely here. That's how I see this. And if this has been going on for like 50 or some episodes now, this isn't going to change. It's not going to get any better. The Institute twist, that was the high point of the game. So I'm going to remember that hour or so that I had the best time ever. Like, wanting to explore the Institute and learn more things and everything, but now I cannot possibly care, because it almost seems like they didn't. This is becoming a pattern now. Let's put emphasis on what? Put emphasis on features! How many features do we want to put an emphasis on? We want to put an emphasis on all the features! We want a bunch of features that are only slightly okay, instead of a few really good features. That's the flaw, everybody. And it's not just Fallout 4. I'm not on my high horse or anything. That's gaming in general lately. So, Slade Silver and Piper stare off into the sunset. Who knows what their future has, if by some freaking miracle I come back to this. We're going with the Minutemen because I guess by handing Sturge the holotape, which you won't have seen because I'm skipping over that stuff that I wasted everyone's time with today. And I apologize on stream for wasting all your time with that stuff today. Then we'll continue with the Minutemen. But, other than that, let that wedding ring rest in peace, I guess. I don't know. Slade Silver has some kind of future ahead of him, everyone, but nobody knows quite what. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time for more Team UDF gaming. I don't know. Boy!